I've had to sort out some issues with the station now, so stick around and all will be revealed. Good evening everyone and welcome back to Piccadilly. Now, hot on the heels of the track video where I replaced that point, some track down there, our boat next to the lift, and also took out 2 points over there. We're now going back to the main station again. And yes, I have been busy. This isn't all the work I want to complete, but you'll notice one big massive thing that has changed, and that's the floor. You'll notice now we've got these dark segments or sections at the ends of the tracks on the platform, and also if you're familiar with Piccadilly Station, you'll notice that's the floor is a dark grey colour, which is what I've tried to replicate. But also you may just be able to pick out in there, I've now put the gates in to divide off platforms 8 to 12, because we've now got all the ticket barriers in all the way along. Hopefully you can see those now. That took quite a while, as you can appreciate, and a bit fiddly too. But just to put a quick word on those gates, you'll notice there are 2 boxes, and if you're familiar with the proper station, if you like, it's a lot narrower here. But that would mean that I would have to bring this further over this way, and it would be difficult for access, so I decided to keep it a little bit wider, so to speak, and narrow down this area here just a little bit. It should be all right. Now, the other thing that you might notice as well is we've got this information construction. I'll bring it out to show you and pop it on the platform just there. Now, when I made this from the photographs I've got, and as you can appreciate, it was quite difficult because these sides are sloping in slightly so people can see them. But I did notice there is a space frame type construction going around the outside, and I also noticed from one of the photographs we've got another one going around the top of the actual kiosk itself. Most of that is 3D printed and glue and glaze for the glass there. That is pretty good stuff. So if you've ever used that, you'll know exactly what that's like. Now, what I want to do first of all is I am going to show you some clips to show you how I went about making that. And then we're going to start thinking about this back section along here, which is the back scene cum balcony section. Welcome back. So that's the first attempt. Now you can see, like you've seen in previous videos, the print is not good. It's not perfect, but it's an awful lot better. Now that's been filed and that will come up nice and smooth, I'm sure. So that will be all right. So that's that. And obviously that will sit in like that. Okay. This has taken quite a bit of cleanup, but I'm quite pleased with that. This bit has broken off, but again, that's nothing. I can soon put something back in there, but that is considerably better. Still a tiny bit rough, but please bear in mind you're seeing it quite close up. Right, well there it is. There's the structure that I've been going for. You can see all the 3 pieces glued together. The angle's not perfect in the corners, but I'm really not that worried because there's going to be screens stuck to the front of this. Information screens. Now I've placed it literally on that carriage just at the bottom there, and I may have to remake that, but the idea being that that will sit on top like that. That's the roof obviously for that bit, and I can't show you that at the moment because there needs to be the windows in there, so that would obviously give it support at the front. But you can get a general idea of where I'm going with that now. And so I will go ahead and I'll catch you next one. It was certainly quite a challenge to build, particularly with all these different compound curves going on, and also the angles in there as well. But now I'm going to start thinking about the balcony and also the shops above. Now this is going to be done as a relief, and then I'm going to manipulate a photograph to emulate the back scene. Now I found this on the internet, and I'm presuming that this is a leaflet that is issued at Piccadilly Station, and so that you can identify what shops are where. So what I'm actually going to do is pretty much that bit. Pretty much. Now, I've not got a lot of space, as you can appreciate, and this bit here is a lot bigger there because the positioning of that doorway. Now, what I've decided to do is I am going to remodel this a little bit, as I said previously, and I'm going to build a bigger glass entrance here, but the entrance to that will still be bang up against that, and there's not a lot I can do about that. So what I am going to do is build this part at a slight angle coming out from the door frame, about like that. This part will probably come out more like that, and then I can build this sort of archy bit going round, and you've got the steps or the escalators and the steps over there, and then going off towards the toilets, I think are there, going off towards the taxis and the whatever. Okay, now I am just going to build a cardboard mock-up first of all. Okay, my first job then, you'll see that I've placed a piece of A3 paper in there, cut up into a strip, and then using this as a guide to where the buildings start in terms of where the tracks are, to where they finish, draw a rough guide onto here, and then take that out and cut that out of 1mm grey board. This is the start of it. You can see it's quite simplistic. That's all I'm intending to do for the mock-up. And but obviously I'm going to start thinking about the balcony section, and there's to show you really quickly, that's the type of construction I'm using. Just little flanges, and then that piece will get glued in there like that. It's a mock-up, remember. Okay. Some of you might be thinking, why am I going back to card construction? I'm using the method which is most appropriate, and the 3D printer has been the most appropriate method for a lot of the things I've made. So, but this method would be far better than trying to print off little bits and glue them together on the printer. Okay. Well, there we go. Now, please remember, this is a mock-up, and it's taken quite a while. And obviously by doing this, it's highlighted a few things. Obviously that there is too wide, need to be narrowed down. To narrow down the steps. What? What's going on? Oh dear, that shook me up a bit. Well, the simple reason is I wasn't happy. The fact that all this was very squashed down here, something had to be done. So what did I do? All this was shifted back, including all of those little ticket barriers, and trust me, that took a while. You might say to me, well, John, you said at the beginning of the video you didn't want to touch these because it would make access difficult. Yeah, you're right, and I didn't. But at the end of the day, they do lift out. So when I come to populate it with people or do other things with it, put other bits in, then yeah, I can soon lift them out and put them back in. I've also cut back that little gate there and reduced it down to now one box, as you can probably see. And you've also may have noticed I've trimmed off all of these rafters here, and they've been all shifted back as well. But the fact of the matter is, there is an awful lot more space now, and I'm much happier with this gap down here. So people can walk about without any issues whatsoever. Now, yes, this is a mock-up, and there will be photographs going in just there, and obviously the corresponding section below, because there are shops running down there. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to show you that block down there. That wall in front of you will have a perspective style picture on it, a bit of trompe-l'oeil, and hopefully give the impression of greater depth. If I lift you out, bring you back this way a little bit, take you down in this little gap here. Hopefully you can get the impression of a lot greater depth now. Just give you a bit of a turn. And back again so you can see the other part. We've got the cafe section just above here, just up here. And again, there is another part here waiting to have another picture on it. So again, that should give the impression of the big waiting room that's there and all the shops down the side. So I'm a lot happier with the way that looks now. What it does mean though is going to have some knock-on effects by doing this. I might even consider taking out this portion here now, and I'm seriously thinking about cutting back the canopies so that they end here. So I really would like to put the glass roof in, but modify it slightly so you can see inside, which I think would be a little bit more advantageous. But the canopies, I'll just give you a flavour of what I'm talking about. There they are down there, and to take a chunk out would mean cutting them sort of this area, cut that bit out and then glue that back on. So I'll have to have a think about how to go about doing that, but yeah, I think it would be good to do it. But yeah, anyway, just one final look there at the latest developments, and I'll catch you again here soon on Piccadilly. There will be 2 more videos appearing on your screen right now, so please do take a look at those to the very end, and I'll catch you very, very soon.